Welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together. Hello crafters, today I want to share with you something that I got and I am so excited. I have the Big Shot Plus and I have to say it's one of my most used tools in my craft room. I do have the Gemini and I have the Gemini Go, they're electronic ones, as well as a Scan and Cut, the 900. The Scan and Cut is the least thing I go for. My Sizzix Big Shot Plus is the thing I use the most for when I'm die cutting, embossing folders, everything like that. I use the Plus. And I heard so much about the Sizzix, what's it called? This new Chrome cutting plate. So I thought, you know what? I want to have a go at this. But it's not compatible with my Big Shot Plus. Now, I do know some people use it with their Big Shot Plus, but you are told that it's not compatible with it. So I was out the other day with hubby and I was looking for some crafty products, and I spotted this. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It's I think it's the latest one that Sizzix has released, and it's got this beautiful gold on it. Now this is just a standard Big Shot machine with the plates that you'll need. So what does it say? It comes one Big Shot machine, one platform, one thin die adapter. That must be that one. No, that's the die adapter. A pair of standard cutting plates and a booklet, instruction booklet. So that's what's inside the box. This I purchased separately. I got this on Amazon to have a go with my Big Shot Plus, but because it's not compatible, I didn't use it. So let's get this out of the box and have a look. Okay, so opens here. Now I haven't taken this out of the box. This is how I purchased it at the shop. And the shop that this was purchased from is The Range. And we have The Range here in Ireland. And the closest one to me would be The Range in Limerick City. Okay, so that's the box off. Then it comes with this. Okay, so we have a little extended warranty available. We'll get our little scissors. We'll cut that off. And let's see, it's so dinky compared to the Big Shot Plus. It's so dinky. Like, so this is your standard Big Shot. Let me just get the Big Shot Plus and see if I can get it on screen. Look at that, just about bits. But yeah, that's the difference between the two. Let's see if I can just squeeze it in another bit. Yeah, so this is with the big plate on it. Look at it. It's like, that's the daddy and that's the son. Or that's the mommy and that's the daughter. But yeah, this is going to be cool. You know, for when you're doing smaller die cutting, this will be perfect. Okay, so everything is taped down and lovely. The box was open. It did have you know, those ties around it for so it couldn't be taken out of the store, but when it was being put through the sale of it, I did notice, oh, the box isn't actually sealed. So I did say to the person, can you please make a note that the box isn't sealed and that if there's anything missing from it, you know. So I'm glad to see Sizzix has everything here together. I honestly didn't realize it was so dinky. I mean, I honestly, I have the Big Shot regular plates and I use these with my Big Shot Plus. So I'm not putting big plates through over and back, but very, very cute and well packaged and wrapped. Okay, I do know we have to put our handle on, and I know that isn't as big a job as I'm afraid it is. So it shows us here on the book. Oh look, that's just a stopper. Remove and discard. So we've taken the stopper off the end here, and I'm going to turn it up on its side so you can see what I'm doing. And now it says we're going to put the handle, the washer, the hex screw and the end plate. So we want to put the handle, and this is a square shape and a square shape here, so we'll put the two together. Then it says handle, so washer is next, and I have the little washer here. I hope that's in the whole way. The washer goes over there like that. Then the little screw, and we'll be very careful when you put it in, the screw in, that you put it on properly so that the threads are correct, because if you misthread it, that can be an absolute pain. So tighten that up. And that's about as tight as I can get it. Hubby might be able to get it tighter, but I think that's tight enough. And then our end plug. And the end plug feels rubber, you know. I thought it might be a hard plastic, but it's not. It's a soft rubber, just like there. Okay, so we have our little Allen key now. We won't get rid of that. They're always handy to keep a couple of Allen keys. I'll pop that in my drawer there. This is all rubbish. And we'll pop that down. Look at that. We'll take this cover off. Nice and clean. And it's lovely. It's a grey. I hope the lighting is picking up. I'll add another light there. It might help, it might not. But the colour on this is a grey colour, and it's like the gold is more like a antique gold or a rose gold. Absolutely lovely. And the handle is a lovely soft rubber as well, so lovely for handling, and that works perfectly. So now let's undo the rest of this. Just run the scissors through there, and hopefully then this should just pop off. Slides out. Perfect. So there's our little Big Shot book. And it's always good to read the instructions before you start. So they're all there, using your Sizzix dies and the whole lot. So I would really recommend read the little booklet that comes with it. I'm just going to go on the same presumption that this is like my Big Shot Plus. So we have our standard platform for embossing. Then we have our thin die adapter. And this is generally the two I have in my plus. I have this, then I have one of these, and then you put your die in here, put this on top. Now, I know Sizzix recommends that when you're die cutting, you put your die on, and I'm going to grab a die. They say that when you're using your die, not to put your die, so we'll say you have this, you'll need a piece of cardstock. Let's get a piece of cardstock. Will this fit? So normally what I would do is I'd put my piece of cardstock down, I'd put my die down like this, and then I would put my other plate on top and I would run it through. Now, Sizzix doesn't recommend you do that. Their recommendation when you're die cutting is that you put your die on, then you put your piece of paper on. So normally what you would do if you're doing it that way is you would add a little piece of washi tape to your die, and that will ensure that when you turn it upside down, your die doesn't move. But this is the way Sizzix recommends. So you have your die with the cutting edge facing up, your paper down on top of that, and then your other plate on top of that. And then you run that through your machine and cut away. Now, they'll tell you if it's a very intricate die, run it through once and back again. And you can do it a second time and back. And then they'll tell you, you know, you can then turn over the die on the paper. Don't take off the washi tape. So when you've run it through a couple of times, flip it over and run it through another couple of times. I find for me, what works best for me is I like to put my paper down first, my die on top, then my plate, and run it through. That's what works for me, and that's what I tend to do the most. So it's up to yourself, whatever you feel works best for you. Now, I also recommend that if you're doing this as a beginner and you have your clear plate down, whichever clear plate you use, if you're cutting down, always cut down into that plate, and each time you use it, turn it over, you know, turn it around, and that way it keeps the plate more or less straight. Your top plate, if you're cutting down, so if you have your die on your machine like so, your top plate, which isn't being cut up into, always keep that as your top plate. And again, you want to flip it over and rotate it when you're using the dies. Then when this plate gets all used, and I'll show you that here on my plus, you can see my plate is well used. Now I tend to just have this sitting like so, but when your plate is well used, I will take the top plate, which I've been using, and I'll put that on the bottom and then put a new plate on for the top, because you will get marks and stuff on your top plate where, you know, your die will kind of leave marks. So that's what I would recommend. And you can see here, this one is the top plate I'm currently using with this plate on my plus. So you can use the smaller plates on the plus, and I find that way then I can run it through quicker on the plus, but I didn't want to have that. That's why I got the smaller one. So this is the top plate, you can see there, and what I will do is when the bottom one becomes too much, I would then put this on the bottom. So now, because I'm after getting the chrome plate, I can actually add this here. So again, Sizzix instructions would be that you put a clear plate. This is the Chrome Precision base plate. And let's see. See, it says there, do not use with the Big Shot fold away or the Big Shot Plus machines. It will result in reduced cutting pad and die life. So I don't know what that is, but anyway, it tells you here. So you put your cutting plate on the bottom, your die cutting edge down, and your Chrome Precision Plate. Lovely. So that's what I would do. And you can see, I don't know, oh, hi, you can see me there. There are a couple of marks in this where I tried it with my Big Shot and it left some marks. So we'll see how it works with this. So it's actually bigger. It's a bigger plate than the base that's come with this machine. So that fits in fine. So let's have a go, shall we? Let's pop this in. Pop our die on. I'm going to take my plate that I've been using as my top plate already, rather than using 2 new plates. And I'm going to pop that in and roll this through. Lovely. And I'm going to roll it back. Now this is what I normally do with my plus. I've gone through once and back, and that's usually worked. Let's see how this, oh, it's perfect. It's worked beautifully. So you can see there all the little bits pop out, which is great. All the little bits there. Lovely. So it cut my die beautifully. Normally when I cut on my plus, all this marking here would result in the back here all being marked. So because, and it could just be because it's a new plate, but so let's have a look. I can faintly see the outline of the die that I've put on there. So I think because it's a chrome plate, the you'll have some outline, but it won't affect the paper. So it's a matter of time. It will be a case of using it over time and see how it works. Do I end up with my paper, you know, on the back of the die piece getting all mottled? So I don't know. I have a piece that I cut here. I don't know if you can see, but you can, that's the outline of where it was on that other plate, whereas there's nothing on this one. So I'm going to see how that works and let you know how I get on with that. But as it goes, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm delighted with that. I'm delighted with the little machine. I know what I will do is when I'm finished using it, I have space over here on my desk. So what I'll do is roll it through like so, leave it like that, then pop it over to the side until I'm going to use it. So that's it. Sorry for the mess. That's the intricate die that I used. That's the beautiful cut that it did. And so far so good. So it's just a matter of seeing how I get on with my little Big Shot. But I think if it's any bit as good as my Big Shot Plus, I know I'm going to be very happy with it. But I just feel that rather than, you know, putting this little die through using the Big Shot Plus, it'll be lovely now to be able to just whip it through on my little Big Shot. So wonderful. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of my new Big Shot as well as my Precision Chrome Plate. And let's see how we get on. If you follow me on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, I will definitely put updates there of what I think of both this Big Shot and the Chrome Plate. So that's it. Until the next one, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.